What? Intro. It's intro time. Shush. Everyone shut up. What's going on, all you main characters? We got another episode of the Third Party Podcast. Is episode 60. We got a lot of news to get into today, but before we do, Cody, welcome. How are you doing, buddy?
What's up, buddy?
How's it, buddy?
Hey, beauty.
There's been so much fucking going on this week, I haven't even bothered to say hi to you.
Yeah, it's like news, not like just like this came out and it's gay. Or
This came out and it fucking sucks. This show is terrible. This show is great.
it's like this lawsuit's gay.
Yeah. Well, and they had a, like, so what have you been up to this week? What have you been watching or listening to?
I've been getting back into anime.
Yeah? What's good on your radar? Because obviously, so Crunchyroll, we were going
Right.
over our Crunchyroll watch list like last night.
Yeah,
Like,
what's a lot of weird shit on yours.
It's all good though.
Yeah.
But it's all good. None of it's bad. Actually, I had a lot of shit in my watch list. Like I curated out like 15 shows
Right.
while we were going through it. But what's new on your watch list? Obviously,
I'm watching Kingdom, actually.
that's like an older one, right? You were telling me about that,
It started in 2012,
right?
and then like they've been periodically pumping out seasons. I think there's only 4 or 5 right now.
So like
But-
Attack on Titan, like how that came out in like
Something like that.
2013.
But I think this one's got to be spendy as fuck because there's a lot of CG and stuff in it.
Yeah, Attack on Titan really didn't have any like CG in until like much later. All of their animation was amazing for Attack on Titan. But what's the plot of the kingdom? Obviously, I think you told me that it's set like the setting is
it's
old.
Like the setup of the King Dynasty in like fucking 200 BC ish.
Okay.
In China.
China.
Yeah, I mean, I've been getting back into like Dynasty Warriors and Romance of the Three Kingdoms, and that takes place in 200 AD. It's like, well, let's check out more of China's history because I pretty much know all of that history, but like the back of my hand.
How did you find the show? Like, was it
I
just in
found
your
it
recommendation?
years ago,
Yeah,
and I was like, yeah, screw it, we'll try it again because I think I only watched the first episode.
because you don't use Crunchyroll as your main platform.
Now
Crunchyroll's
I
kind of
do.
like your secondary, right? Oh, it is now.
Yeah.
Now that you have access to it.
Yeah. I mean, if I want to watch anime with my friend Captain Jack Sparrow, then I'll use a different site.
Right. Yeah. I like the coded message there. That's really subtle.
Hard.
No, I mean for me. So on Kingdom, is there any other like games or anything that have like that share a similar setting? Is it a fictional story? Fictional plot?
I assume a lot of it's fictionalized, but there's like real characters from history and whatnot throughout it. But
no Yasuke. Obviously, that's
No.
not even the right timeline.
yeah, that's
either.
not even the right country either. You racist.
I haven't seen it. All Asian people look the same to me. How did I fuck that up? All white people look the same to me.
Yeah, no, there wasn't a lot of Africans running around China in 200 BC.
I'm the
That I know of.
I'm the racist.
I don't know.
I'm the racist.
It could change on Wikipedia next week.
We could have been the source.
Yeah.
We could have brought it to the forefront of woke media.
I could have just made up a character, put it on Wikipedia, and
Just
convince
convince everyone that this was like the first
Yeah.
black like king of England or something.
everyone. You know he's an emperor?
Did you know? Did you know?
Do you know?
I love those YouTube shorts where it's like, did you know this thing? No, tell me about it. I fucking hate those so much.
And then you go into the comment section, it's like, bullshit.
Yeah, like none of this is fucking real. It's like, thank you for coming to Third Party Studios for our original content. Well, I've been watching like basically anime, but anything that can make me fucking laugh this week. I've just been on a tirade of trying to find like older animes that I've enjoyed that I've been able to like laugh at. So Love is War, fucking love it. I showed that on my anime watch list last night. Definitely a recommend. It's a slice of life, very very good comedy. But aside from that, I have also been watching abridged content. I went back and started watching SAO Abridged. I watched some episodes of DBZ Abridged. I think DBZ Abridged, this is my hot take, I think DBZ Abridged is overhyped.
I mean, it's got its good moments.
But every abridged content has its good moments.
Right.
I think the best abridged content is objectively SAO Abridged, but I think there's also a bunch of projects that are just amazing. Like Yu-Gi-Oh's abridged content is pretty fucking funny.
I remember bits of that.
Yeah. It's like little Karibo. It's like, fought agreed, let's redraw 2 cards.
I don't think I've ever watched like a funny anime. I was laughing at Kingdom a bit because I had like the closed captions where it's just
Mhm.
guessing what they're saying, and that shit was fucking hilarious.
If you wanted like I'm trying to think of, so I mentioned Spy Family to you, thinking that would be like a funny one. Spy Family is funny. It's really more lighthearted and just really well directed, and the characters are really fun to interact. But yeah, if you're looking for an anime that would make you laugh, you don't like that kind of stuff typically. Like if I put an anime in front of you and said, "This is funny," you're like, "No, that's just porn." It's like,
But it's funny porn.
it's hilarious though. It's like she's stuck in a washing machine. That's objectively funny.
Dude, that shit happens all the time, man.
Yeah, man. It's like for how much laundry you do, you'd think you'd be better at it.
I mean, the website that pulls up right as I open a browser, it's just everywhere on there. People are getting stuck in there constantly.
Step family getting stuck in there. Like everybody.
Why are you putting your hand down the freaking garbage disposal in the first place? You dumb bitch.
Just to hire a plumber. It's just for the excuse. No, so anything abridged, anything that can make me laugh, I've been really on to this week. But I did. I'm on the final 2-3 episodes of Chicago Fire. And I'm really liking the Chicago series.
Yeah, go.
They're really anything by Dick Wolf is I think really good.
Is that another porn actor?
Well, Dick Wolf is like the producer for Law and Order Law and Order projects.
Very serialized kind of.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like what's really cool about it is every now and again he's producing 7 different shows, and he'll do these crossover trilogies of episodes and stuff, which bounce Episode 1 will start in this series. Episode 2 will migrate over to this series.
Do you get Ice-T and Chicago PD or whatever trying to explain sex crimes?
I have relationships with women, sex with men.
I got news for you.
That makes you gay. That makes you fucking gay. We love the gays here though at Third Party Studios. Fully endorsed.
I don't love anyone.
I know, me neither. We lied. All right. So
put into the news.
Yeah, we should get into the first couple of stories here. The first big news that we have to go over is that our friends over at Cartoon Network, the channel that raised us, R.I.P. to the bunny, R.I.P. to the big bunny, has shut down their studios. They have shut down Cartoon Network's website and actually has now it directs you, if you go to cartoonnetwork.com, it now migrates you over to Max, which was not really the transition I was expecting.
I mean, they have a lot of Cartoon Networks. I didn't think that they'd... So did they sell off to Max or just shut down?
Well, my understanding was that Max was actually partnered with Viacom, but I think I got that entirely backwards. Warner Brothers is responsible for Cartoon Network, which threw me off.
Oh, okay. Yeah. And they own HBO.
Yep. So it's Warner Brothers Discovery, and then Viacom is Nickelodeon. So Viacom to Paramount is Nickelodeon. Yep. Because I was seeing so many of these names, and it was confusing the hell out of me. Because so many of these names I've seen before, and every company also has its first studio named after it. So then you're like, Paramount shut down. That means everything. And then you find out, oh no, it's just Paramount Studios,
right?
Which is one show, and then a bunch of subsidiaries migrating other shows.
It's a couple.
But we got the which one? Oh, did I not? Yeah, okay. So if you go to cartoonnetwork.com right now, this is what you'll see. The stream Cartoon Network on Max. It's just directing you over to the Max portal. It's giving you the plan to add it to your subscription for Max. So it's looking like they really wanted to ping everything into one spot. Totally reasonable.
You could tell that Cartoon Network was going to shut down when all they were playing was Teen Titans Go constantly.
Which isn't even the best Teen Titans. Not even close. I mean, you have the younger generation. I feel so bad for you guys. You guys got such shit. You got Gumball, Adventure Time. Meanwhile, we got fucking... Oh,
you're going to get hate in the comments for Adventure Time. That's every stoner's favorite show.
I don't care. I don't care about your... Okay.
I tried watching that.
I can't,
I mean, they're 10, 15-minute episodes.
Well, they're memeable as shit. They're very, enjoyable, and memeable, but it's not, better than the OG Teen Titans. It's not better than Dexter's Laboratory. It's not better than... Laboratory. It's not better than anything we had growing up on Cartoon Network. And
no. We were spoiled as kids.
We had such better shit than you guys. I'm so sorry.
I didn't have cable or dish as a kid, so I didn't have Cartoon Network.
Well, you had Friends though.
I had Fox Kids or whatever,
which was also was goated as shit. Yeah, Fox. Fox.
Ninja Turtles and shit every morning.
Yeah, Fox.
Fox did fuck.
Fox.
Now it's fucked.
Yeah. Because on Fox, on 4Kids, you had Digimon, you had Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, you had the OG X-Men.
They were playing Spider-Man on there.
They had Spider-Man on there. They had like OG Yu-Gi-Oh. Pokemon, I think, was on something else. I think Pokemon was on Cartoon Network, but I don't remember what its release schedule looked like, and I might even have that
I don't
wrong.
remember ever watching the show. I just saw the movies.
Yeah, I mean I don't even know.
Like I didn't even realize it was a show till like fairly recently in my life.
You always just thought it was a trading
It
card
was
game
just
that
and a
me
bunch
and
of
Mithras
movies.
were always talking about. Like
I knew all that. I just didn't realize it was a show, like an actual anime.
I remember having like on Pokemon specifically, I had Pokemon Yellow, and I had one of our friends over when we were in like first grade, second grade, whatever. We were like young, and they came over and they spilled water on my Pokemon Yellow cartridge, and it never saved the game after. And I was pissed. And that today, that's like a $400 cartridge. It's like $1 billion now.
I'll never get over it.
No, I'll never forgive you.
What about red or blue?
Red or blue, suck my dick. Red and blue are not that great. They're fine.
I basically only played yellow.
Yeah, it was.
And then like silver and shit when that came out.
The best.
But then I was out after Gen 2.
The best Pokemon series for me is probably Heart Gold, Soul Silver. That's just the remakes of Silver and Gold. So it's. But I like those because when you ROM hack them, you can have 4th generation and 3rd generation Pokemon in there, which is just more to play with. I don't think they're better Pokemon.
It's not the same.
No, it's not the same, and I don't think they're better Pokemon. But they're there. They exist. But as far as like what this, I did talk to a friend of mine who is in cable, internet, and he told me that Cartoon Network is actually being pulled from their offering. So they're not going like for their cable television and satellite television. Cartoon Network is actually not going to be an option.
Huh.
Starting in September. So starting in a month or so here, you're not like depending on who you go to.
Does that mean your DirecTV is cheaper now?
I doubt it. It's probably going to be more.
It goes up in price.
It's probably going to be more expensive. It's absolutely ridiculous. Yeah.
Well, with all the streaming services that I pay for, it's almost as the same as getting DirecTV.
Yeah. I mean, I only pay for the one, and then I just share it.
I just forgot that, like, I got an email. It's like, Apple took out money from me. I was like, I don't own anything Apple. It's like, oh, yeah, I'm still fucking paying for the streaming service.
Yep, you have the Apple subscription. You did
Which
it.
is the cheapest one out of all of them that I've seen.
Right.
It's like $7-8.
That means, okay, so what this means for like people who are watching is that you should check out your cable and service provider to find out if you're losing that, especially if you have kids and you enjoy Cartoon Network content and you want them to be able to. Just check it, see if it's going to be an offering that they'll still have for you. But as far as like their website goes, their website is down. It's over. There's no more Cartoon Network website. It goes straight to Max. And
how bored is your buddy at work with cable and satellite? It's like, does a lot of people still have that?
Well, their main offering is internet. So their main offering. I mean, they're like a normal like internet provider where they have like a TV package. They still have a house phone package for some reason.
It's like going to like a bookstore that's like mom and pop owned, and it's just like Dish.
You got one offering you couldn't possibly understand. No, and continuing on this news, Paramount is also shutting. Paramount Studios is also shut down. So there's been some fun.
No more Halo. Fuck.
No,
what am I gonna do with the rest of my life?
Halo absolutely torched.
Well, you got and they got a bunch of Star Trek shit on there, don't they?
Yeah, they had
Discovery, Strange New World, stuff like that.
Yeah, so let's just read the news here on this real quick. So Paramount will be closing operations of its TV studio as the company embarks on massive layoffs over restructuring. Paramount Television Studios will cease operations later this week. Its president Nicole Clemens and Paramount's co-CEO told staff Tuesday morning. Clemens comments that she will leave the company and that series and projects in development at Paramount TV Studios, such as Reacher, Apple's Time Bandits, and among others at Prime Video, will move under development by CBS Studio. Which, honestly, if you wanted projects to live, CBS Studio was not the right call.
I didn't realize Reacher was Paramount Studios production.
Well, so it's Reacher, and then you have Reacher, Halo, both of those, obviously. And then you have other projects like Tulsa King, which is getting a season 2 here soon.
Right.
Really excited for that. Actually,
still haven't watched it.
Paramount Plus. Well, also Paramount is Yellowstone too.
Right.
So Paramount. I don't know that there's any new projects.
1883 or whatever. And
yeah, I don't think there's any new projects related to Yellowstone. At least none that I'm aware of.
But Taylor Sheridan's still doing shit.
Yeah, I hope so. I think those are good projects. But I mean, Tulsa King, Mayor of Kingstown, Yellowstone, Halo, the Reacher, like all of these shows being moved over to CBS Studios, doesn't bode confidence for their quality. But some of them will survive, and they'll probably be down a little bit more.
Who does CBS stream under? Prime?
That's a really good question.
His Reacher's on Prime.
I don't know who's. I think CBS is Hulu, or I thought CBS is Hulu. I don't actually know. CBS could be Prime very easily.
Yeah, it's so hard to keep track.
Yeah, they're all channels. It's like who gives a shit about these channels?
Streaming services or channels that have their own streaming service.
Yep. In addition to all of that, Paramount TV Studios. In addition to shutting down that, you also have the entire company being restructured with massive layoffs. They're looking at laying off 15% of their workforce, and that's on the back end of firing 800 staff members just like 6 months ago. They are trying to get They're trying to get their efforts down to save $500 million in costs as they're trying to plan a merger with Skydance.
$500 million.
Well, it's like it's your fucking fault because, and honestly, I've made this argument.
Making shit.
Well, I've made the argument on the channel that it's not even necessarily a quality of like content issue. It is a quality of content issue, but
it definitely is.
But the biggest issue is inflation over like your company is bloated. You have so many middle managers, so many useless HR staffers. You have redundancies on redundancies.
Like the same thing that was going on with Twitter.
Exactly. Elon Musk comes in, fires 80% of his staff at Twitter, and now he's running off 20% of his staff, and minus the issues with like being like having the DDoS attacks.
The DDoS attack, yeah.
Minus not being able to survive DDoS attacks, which fucking I think it was AT&T was struck by a DDoS attack like 2 years ago, and they're fucking ginormous.
I think that was earlier this year where AT&T was like down for a couple weeks.
It might have been earlier this year, but not to break into the news of that, but just as an example.
Right.
But like Twitter running at 20% of its original workforce when Elon Musk comes on is still actually running really well. I actually like the platform quite a bit. I'm looking at like what more we can do on that platform as far as like creating content and engaging with it.
It's a lot more fun than it used to be.
It's a lot more fun than it used to be. I love the content. I love the way the community interacts. I like the way they talk about hashtags being at the top of the feed and the way they popularize it. Community notes is awesome. Mm-hmm. I fucking love community notes. I think it's perfect. I don't know what vulnerabilities it has to like corruption and like being like taken over by ideologues on either side.
Of it.
But it seems to be behaving neutrally,
Unbiased.
at least today. Yeah. So I don't know. But as far as what Paramount's dealing with, what Cartoon Network's dealing with all these layoffs and all the merging and everything, everyone is trying to settle in. We've known
it's going to happen more and more.
Well,
to different streaming services too.
Right, and we've known Paramount Plus wanted to potentially merge with HBO Max for a long time. Like we were reporting on that earlier this year.
Yeah. Problem is with HBO Max and Warner Brothers is that they're in a lot of debt. That's why you're seeing shit on like Netflix that is like a Warner Brothers property. They're licensing out a bunch of crap.
Well, and that's my theory with why they're making such headway and making so much effort to restructure. So obviously they're saying it's the planned merger with Skydance, but I think that this is ultimately a plan to make themselves more appealing that Max could come into the picture.
They're just flaunting their ass to Skydance right now. It's like,
well,
you want it?
I don't even know how big Skydance is as far as like what content they're making or who they're attached to.
Right.
So it's even possible that Skydance could be like the buying force for Max. Be like Warner Brothers could be trying to obtain.
It's like we got
Paramount
Skydance
through Skydance. Yeah. So I don't know what Skydance's affiliations are. They might even be a direct subsidiary of Warner Brothers Max. Right? They might be a subsidiary of HBO.
You'd have to get an insane fucking chart to explain who owns what, where.
It's all
sister
insane.
companies, parent companies.
It's all ridiculously convoluted. But
it is.
The important thing for you guys to know is that you guys got to pay attention to like what studios are owning what, because your shows are going to be shifting around. I don't remember a changing of the guard for content this drastic ever. Like Family Guy. Like Family Guy when it was being shifted around from Cartoon Network over to Fox, right? Like they had that shift. It was famous. They made a bunch of jokes about it. Like we're owned by Fox now. And then even in a more recent season, I think they were bought out by Disney and Hulu. So now they're like exclusive to Hulu. And they made jokes about that. Like these shows are making fun of like these shifts in who owns them. But this is starting to get more drastic. You could have subscriptions looking for a show that you've been excited about, and now it's going to be on an entirely different platform. Right. And if you're not paying attention, you might lose track of where your shows are being hosted.
Yeah, like South Park jumped everywhere too. It was on HBO for the longest time, and then it just went to Paramount.
I don't even know who has it now.
Paramount.
Wasn't it on Hulu before also? It's like on Netflix, then Hulu, then HBO Max, then Paramount.
Clusterfuck.
Yeah, it's
I wonder if they're going to come back to HBO then.
The frustrating thing about South Park specifically is that it'd be easier to keep track of them if they would make any fucking content.
Well, there's a few episodes out since the Disney one,
when you
but you don't hear anything about it.
Yeah, well, when you say episode, I'm thinking like
a 40-minute special or some shit.
Yeah, I don't like first off, I complain about a lot. All right, pause for dramatic effect. It's like I complain about a lot.
What? No, you never.
No, I'm the most passive guy, you know.
Yeah.
But I complain about a lot.
Start shit with anyone.
But especially like I complain about a company. Like we complained about Rogan last week, and it was frustrating to talk about that. But with South Park, my big frustration with them is like you guys are the only ones who are being genuinely honest in your content. You're making satire about real life, and that's why it's fucking funny, because we need shit to laugh at these days. And you guys are not fucking producing shit. And you'll make a 40-minute episode about Lizzo and Ozempic, and then you'll be done for like 2 years.
I think I know why.
And it's frustrating. I'm like, bring back the series.
They bought and built or re-renovated a Casa Bonita in Denver, somewhere in Colorado.
No shit.
And they've been doing that for a while.
I had not heard this
They
story
moved
yet.
out there.
No way. I love that.
I forgot about that.
I fucking love that. I hope,
They put like 12 mil into it or some shit.
I would
Casa Bonita.
I would love to go to Casa Bonita. Casa Bonita. Yay.
Yeah, that's probably why. Because they can't, like, they used to just put out, they'd make an episode in 6 days and then put it out.
Yeah.
Like, every week would just be another episode.
Well, and they had that documentary on Netflix about it too. Right? Like on Netflix, they had the documentary about like 7 days to air or something. I don't know what it was.
Fuck, you know that was made in like 2011?
Yeah.
It's been a while.
It's like,
because that was when they did the Human Centipede
which
episode.
Which honestly, we might get into that joke here soon.
Yeah, man, they've been everywhere. Just too busy. I think they're also making a not Captain America. Team America 2.
That would be worth the wait.
Which I thought they never going to do because they fucking hated working with puppets.
I mean, the thing about it is that they don't really have to. Like they could just they could just make the jokes, spend the money, and then hand all the puppetry over to someone. They have fuck you money now at this point, I'd expect.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean,
I wish they made another game.
Yeah,
an RPG, not that stupid Snow Day one.
Yeah,
that one sucked.
Yeah,
I actually bought it.
Did you really? I thought. Well, honestly, there's so many South Park projects that it's hard to keep track of Trey Parker and Matt Stone's projects. They have a bunch of projects.
Yeah,
nothing will, like, you tell me if I'm wrong. My other hot take on this is nothing will ever beat their bigger cut, like the movie that they released in 99.
Really?
I love that fucking movie.
I mean, didn't they win an Emmy?
Big fat bitch is the biggest bitch in the whole wide world. She's stupid bitch is big.
Yeah, it's either.
That's the best one. That's the best project.
Yeah, I think they won like an Emmy or some shit. Not an Emmy because it was a movie. They won some sort of like for the musical bits of it.
I love that project as a breakout project. I mean, like the show itself obviously has a bunch of singular episodes or even trilogy sets that are really, really amazing. But that project is probably my favorite separate project from South Park.
You ever go to the Book of Mormon?
Yeah, I saw it in New York. Yeah, I saw the Book of Mormon in New York.
Oh shit, how was it?
Yeah, me and Zach went. Remember, me and Zach went to New York way back when.
Right.
Pre-COVID, back when it was survivable.
Dude, it was like almost a decade before pre-COVID when you did that.
You know, Zach's going back. He's going back there in like 3 weeks. He's like, I'm gonna go back. I was like, please avoid the subway. Please don't die. We miss you here.
Just avoid the city in general. Go to the state.
We miss you. We miss you in the studio, man. Just don't die. Survive.
But, yeah, no, everything's fucking flip-flopping around.
But you asked how it was. I think the Book of Mormon is probably, like, I enjoyed the experience. It's one of those things like you check the box on your like list of things you want to do. I wouldn't see it again. I didn't think Book of Mormon was like a hilarious,
it's
amazing
a play.
project. Yeah, it wasn't phenomenal. I mean, it was definitely worth seeing one time. If you're going to see a Broadway show, it's that plus maybe 1 or 2 more projects. But ultimately, I wouldn't see it again. I would recommend people go to check it off your list, but if you're like, I've seen everything, what do I see a second time? It's not going to be it. It's not going to be it. I would see almost any other Broadway play for the first time.
Cats for the 43rd time.
Oh, man. All right, so should we move on to our second topic of the video?
Oh, I suppose.
It's
got more. It's still in the
zeitgeist.
Streaming kind of zeitgeist thing.
Well, it's a different bit. It's a different.
Yeah, I guess it has to do with the company.
It's about a business.
It's about a business.
My pronouns are LLC and Corp.
Yeah.
I am a pronoun.
I've been referring to you as those for a while now.
Oof, that is such a clustered fucking website. Let's clean that up a little bit, maybe. No? Okay. Cool.
How many ads do you want?
Oh my god, I need to find some way to get
Give
rid
me
of that.
all of them.
Okay, so here's the story for those of you guys who survived that fucking clusterfuck of an intro. Disney is in the headlines again for the 7th time today. So Disney is in a wrongful death lawsuit, and the arguments are over a woman who passed away at Disney over a severe peanut allergy, or I think it was a peanut allergy.
Yeah, it's peanut allergy.
So a severe allergy, and Disney's argument for why this litigation should go away is that they signed the terms of service for Disney Plus.
Yeah.
So
if you sign up even for a free trial and you hit agree to the terms of service,
yeah,
it basically states in fine print that you can't sue Disney ever.
yeah, which is
Until you're
amazing.
dead.
Well, and it's so just for clarification's sake, it's not saying that you can't sue them, but that you must make a good faith effort through arbitration, which is a like they have a Disney hired arbiter / mediator to assess the legitimacy of your claims, and then you go through mediation, which is like a private
Yeah,
thing.
he's not biased at all.
No, he's fucked. This guy whose wife passed away, he is absolutely hosed. This is actually
He's not even asking for that much.
no.
Just to say he's suing for $50,000 over the death of his wife.
Have you seen
You could
it?
sue for $50 million.
Yeah. Well, over peanuts.
Yeah, nuts will get you.
Well, and it's a weird thing. Like every fast food, if you go to a fast food restaurant, it's like posted on their drive-through.
All nutless.
Well, it's posted on their
Even the workers.
drive-through that like, be aware, we have nuts.
Oh.
Right? Like, be aware that we have nuts. Like, if you go to Dairy
Well, we got
Queen,
Tommy in the back. He keeps putting his nuts in everything.
Tommy, take your nuts out of the fucking ice cream.
Get out the lettuce.
Fucking Tommy, piece of shit.
Why does he like the lettuce?
We've added channel lore. Now there's a guy in the back named Tommy. He's always gonna be there.
Producer Tommy putting his nuts in lettuce.
Tommy, what do you think? No, this won't. So this one.
Wouldn't Disney want to just like save face and be like, all right, here's $50,000. Sorry, we killed your wife. Even though she stated multiple times, don't put nuts in my salad, and then they just threw them all in.
They just dumped nuts.
gave her a bag of nuts and she ate them.
They found a squirrel. Is like, help us out here. We need some nuts. No, so yeah, 50. So the man was originally filing for a $50,000 lawsuit. Yeah, just to make this go away for Disney was worth $50,000 because you know how much people have been paying attention a little bit more. And I'm not trying to give credit where credit isn't due. Like consumers are fucking retarded. Like people are not paying attention.
The general public.
Yeah,
usually.
like terms of service. The main reason I won't install or use TikTok, not because like it would be good for the channel. We could probably grow a little bit more if we had TikTok and used it. But the terms of service on TikTok are fucking insane.
I didn't read them.
So the terms of service. So here's a snippet. The terms of service on TikTok basically make it so that any device that's connected to the network is fair game for TikTok to I don't know what the technical term would be, but basically monitor or look at or observe from the device. So if your phone is on your network, any device that your phone is touching through the network is something that they can run data analysis through and against to do data collection. Which means your home computer, if you have a work computer and you're on your home Wi-Fi, then you have your work computer's fair game. TikTok's terms of service were just egregiously bad.
Damn.
Yeah, it's insane.
I don't even know if I have it or not.
Well, and then even worse than TikTok is Apple. Like Apple, if you go through the terms of service, they could sew your mouth to the butthole of another user. Like,
yeah, I saw that happen.
Human centipede. South Park did a whole documentary about it.
Yeah, it was a documentary. The cuttlefish?
So South Park wasn't wrong. That's the fucking thing.
Yeah.
Apparently, it's perfectly legal to just kill somebody as long as they signed your terms of service that made it okay.
Right.
Canada has a whole healthcare system that says they can murder you as long as they go through the proper hoops and shit.
Right. You feeling a bit sad today? You want to end it?
You got the sadness. You're going to
Yes.
die. You're going to die, and you can't sue us over it. No, the terms of service thing is absolutely fucking nuts, man.
Yeah, I mean, it also shows like how many other like things that you use or like watch that have weird ass shit in their terms of service that you have no idea about.
This is why you always read before you sign. You always read before you click agree.
But nobody reads that. Everybody reads that. Butters like, who doesn't read the terms of service?
Yeah. So then they go to the. Now we just became a South Park review channel. I love it. But no, in that same episode, they go to the geniuses, the Apple geniuses, and they're like, our friend didn't read the terms of services. He what? We know. It's preposterous. We know.
Everyone reads them.
The terms of service. TikTok's a great example, and now Disney can legitimately kill you and put you through the ringer for arbitration instead of actually a court. And honestly,
that's a wicked superpower.
That is insane. Dude, Superman should have that. He'd be goated. He's even stronger than he already is.
Stomp someone out and he's like, can't sue. Signed the terms of service.
You bought the T-shirt. You signed the terms of service. You got the Mickey Mouse ears in the lobby of the amusement park.
Use my alert app to come save you. Well, you can't sue.
You cannot sue. Oh man, no. The terms of service thing, it's absolutely fucking wild. You're right. There could be almost anything in there that could force people to arbitration, and there's no legitimate recourse. Like, we're not legal experts on this channel. We don't pretend to be, but the reporting I've read through basically says this is a legitimate defense that Disney has, and they actually could get this whole thing thrown out from the courts and force this guy into arbitration. And you know what? Maybe this guy could still have some like leverage in that. I mean, and maybe get something out of it. There's no reason to think he could, but it's another avenue of addressing the concerns and the grievances. It's just with a party that's more favorable to Disney. But you think about, like, in the court of law recently, like, with all the civil suits, like, you could be found guilty in a civil suit and very easily. You're not a criminal, but you still have to give the fucking family $100 trillion over, like, this judge's random number. Like, an
arbitrary number is just like, yeah, give him, I don't know, a couple $100 million.
Well, that's like the Alex Jones thing, right? It's like,
right. Your business has got to be worth $1 billion, so we'll make you pay $999 million.
Well, nothing about Alex Jones being pulled into that lawsuit, like, nothing about it was criminal. He said words.
Right.
He got pulled in over a civil lawsuit because the family sued him because their kid was a target. It was target practice.
Yeah. People are saying that about the assassination attempt too.
Yeah.
Like, if they're saying it's fake, it's like, couldn't you just bring him into court then? Like, the family of the dude that died could just bring him into court and be like, all right, now you got to pay us $1 billion.
Yeah. Well, and honestly, like, the courts are so fucking weighted right now. It's like, so misbalanced that how the fuck could you pull anything off right now? This guy probably stood a legitimate chance in an actual court if these terms of service weren't. I don't understand.
Do you think he liked his wife that much if he's only asking for $50,000?
Like, I didn't want. Dude, I don't know. I mean, that's less than another
trip. I feel like I gotta keep face. Let's sue Disney.
That's less than another trip to Disney World. It's like another trip to Disney World would be $100,000.
You settle out of court, and it's just like he gets a free trip back.
Yes.
And they just load his shit with nuts. And
dude.
We got roasted almonds. We got
nuts. Oh, we got peanuts.
It's sad. Almonds. It's very sad.
Yeah, I mean, is it too soon to make an ugly wife joke?
Well, she died a while ago. This just comes up
No,
now.
yeah, I mean, the lawsuits like survived the courts like for this long. It's just all you did was get to like the point where you're making defenses and shit. Like you're posting up your defense for why this should go away. So you got at least that far. But honestly, this guy only asked
His last name's Piccolo?
I mean, how amazing is that?
Dude, that's dope.
Jeffrey J. Piccolo, my mans. Jeffrey J.
JJP.
JJ.
Piccolo, that's cool.
Piccolo's a badass name, dude. It's too bad he didn't die.
It's also a gator flute.
Too bad he didn't die at an anime convention. That would have been shit. That would have been sick as fuck.
Worldwide news. Piccolo died.
Miss Piccolo passed away. We make fun.
That's not canon. He doesn't have a wife.
He's got two beings living inside him. Actually, yeah, two beings live inside. So that's Nail, Kami and Nail.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's two inside of him and then himself. I guess, are you really like just a spiritual version of yourself?
An off version of King, though?
I think he was, like, King Piccolo is just him. Like, isn't that who he is?
I didn't watch the original
You
DB.
didn't watch the OG?
I only watched DBZ.
It's okay, I didn't either. It's like, okay.
All right.
You're all right,
man.
You're fine.
I need you to do me a favor and get all the way down off my back.
Get all the way off my ass. No, so Disney's wrongful death lawsuit, it's probably going, honestly, and I think if he takes them to court, they probably have if he wants to go through arbitration, I bet he could get. I bet all of this goes away for Disney at this point.
Yeah, but it's so weird that it's even going through anything when he just asked for 50 grand.
Yeah, it's like
it's so weird.
That's
it's like that.
It's weird that that's your hang up on this. Like, it's not the terms of service thing. We spent 10 minutes on the terms of service
that is
thing.
fucking wild. But it's just like I think Disney, like they don't understand what makes them look bad or not. There was this kid in like 2012 or whatever that died.
Yeah,
and his family put like Spider-Man as his headstone. And Disney sued him. It's like, you gotta cease and desist. You gotta take that down.
I would say do it yourself.
It's like, dude,
go grave rob your fucking
let
self.
the dead kid have a Spider-Man headstone.
It's like, what would you do if someone got a Spider-Man tattoo? It was like, would you make them chop their fucking arm off?
Yeah, you gotta cut that piece of skin off.
Honestly,
you gotta put TM next to it or whatever.
I think a lot of businesses do shit like that. That's absolutely fucked. Disney's probably one of the biggest examples though, because that Spider-Man headstone thing. I had heard that story, but it's been a while since I remembered it.
Yeah, their PR is batshit. It's like thanking Chinese concentration camp at the end of Mulan too.
Dude,
for having filmed there.
Even if the movie was good, it wouldn't have justified doing that. It's like even if
the movie's really good, I think I can like look past the whole Uyghur thing.
You know all those Muslims that are in the concentration camps having their organs harvested? Thanks. You guys are the best.
You know that wig you're wearing? Guess where the hair came from.
Oh man. So many good wigs in the news.
So many good wigs in the news?
So many good wigs in the news.
Dude, your transitions are getting better.
Aren't they? Yeah. Thanks, my dude.
Do you think Sean Astin wears a wig?
Sean Astin. Yeah. Next, we got to move into the next story with Mr. Sean Astin. I don't even know if we're like allowed to play this part for terms of like for YouTube terms of service.
What, are they going to demonetize us?
Well, I don't know.
We're not even monetized.
I don't know what's allowed, what's not allowed. Let's find out.
We're going to find out.
We're going to find out what's allowed and not allowed. All right, here we go.
I wish I had that section.
Ah!
What the fuck, man?
I'm sorry.
Is that supposed to be funny?
No.
Huh? My wife is retarded. My wife is retarded. My wife is retarded. My wife is retarded. Yeah, pal. My wife is retarded. My wife is retarded.
Dude, that's great.
That's amazing, right?
What fucking movie is that?
I don't know. It might just be real. It might just be like a lot.
That's what got him to make this next video.
Yeah, we should. Okay, so here's a little bit of we'll play
like 10 seconds of it.
We'll play the video to get people into what's going on. But before we do, let's just break it down. So Sean Astin, Sean Asshole, he posted on August 13th that he's actually going to be campaigning for Kamala Harris during the election, and he's going to campaign offices. He's actually posted an update since this, but the funny fucking thing is he's turned off replies, so there's no way.
Yeah,
I mean he's absolutely busted up on this, dude. He's so fucked.
I want to know how much money that campaign is spending on celebrity and influencers.
Well, it's weird to me that Sean is actually one of the guys who bit on that.
Well, he's not doing anything else, so he's got to make money somehow.
Well, yeah, he's doing podcasts and stuff. He's moving around through like nerddom, checking in, basically just.
I guess some podcasts will pay.
Basically, just being Sam Genji. I mean,
who?
Sam Genji. Samwise Gamgee. Sam.
Gam, but you said like Sam Gimji.
Sure. Let's listen to the. Fuck you. I have a stutter.
I'm sorry, you're retarded.
I could be president still.
My co-host is retarded.
Yeah, that's fair. My co-host is retarded.
My co-host is retarded.
Let's listen to Sean in his own words.
Hey everybody, good morning. Here I am in downtown Chicago at the corner of East Grand and West Grand.
Hi, Sean.
I just decided that I need to get out and start campaigning for Kamala Harris for president.
It's pronounced Kamala.
I got back from overseas yesterday and I was going to head home and be with my beautiful wife and my gorgeous children. And then I remembered that I fashioned myself some sort of a leader, at least in my own mind.
Yeah.
You
And
follow
the only kind of leadership means anything anymore is leadership by example. So I'm going to head over to Indiana, my old stomping ground, where Christine my wife, where she's from, and where I spent so much time. And did you know that it shares a border with Michigan?
What?
Interesting. Stay tuned.
Oh my god.
Jesus.
That guy fell off hard, dude. That guy is, like, he's fucked. Like, first off,
why are you in Chicago? They're already going to vote for Kamala.
it's Kamala.
Whatever.
It's Camel.
Who cares?
Camelot. No, but so this guy is known for, like, okay, if you know Rudy, that's fine. But the only project that I think he's actually
movie's gay.
the only project he's actually famous for is Lord of the Rings. And who among that audience was going to bite in on this? Tolkien community fucking hate that shit. Like, they don't like politics in it. They just spent 2 years complaining about Rings of Power and all the fucking modern messaging that's inside of that show.
And now they get to complain about it again here in this coming month.
Well, it's back. It's back, baby.
It's back.
But yeah, this guy's... So he posted an update today, but I'm not going to go into that. The update is basically he traveled and he's going to campaign offices and he's talking to people about their, like, life stories and all their sob stories, and they're crying. And they're
it's the worst. That's how that Australian breakdancing chick got into the Olympics. She had a sob story, so they freaking, like, AGT'd her. America's Got Talent. I was like, golden buzzer, you're going through.
I thought she was just a man.
I thought she was retarded.
I thought she was just going to make it.
It's like they got the lineup wrong, and it's like, oh shit, she was supposed to go to the Special Olympics.
So yeah, Sean Astin turns off his comments for this. 10 million interactions on this fucking video. It's insane.
10 million interactions with 50,000 likes.
Well, how many comments would it possibly have? We will never know. Like, it's easy to have a really impressive number when you're Sean fucking Astin. When you're a Hollywood celebrity, 50,000 doesn't feel that impressive to me.
He's more like a C celebrity, though.
I mean, if you have, I don't know, it's probably a fair amount of bots accounts because Elon bots still exist, propping up. You have Kamala. So we should talk about what you had brought up at the beginning of this segment was how much the Harris campaign is spending on influencers. Because you have
Mark Hamill.
You have Mark Hamill. You have Mark Hamill. Now you have
Rob
Reiner.
yeah, that's
he probably didn't need to have money spent.
De Niro.
Robert De Niro. Yeah. Jack Black is honestly, I think Jack Black's kind of sat down for a second.
He kind of noped out of it is his buddy Kyle Gass.
Yeah, that was a fun segment.
That deleted his fucking apology. But yeah, and what's the other fucking old fart? Ron Perlman.
Yep, Ron Perlman.
Ron Perlman's out of his goddamn mind.
Well, the funny thing is that I think that so people are saying that Sean is probably just acquired. He's probably just paid for and bought, and now he's just doing promotions. And allegedly, we don't know. How could we possibly know? I think that those campaign finances, I'm pretty sure are public disclosure, so I'm pretty sure that has to exist somewhere. If it is real, it has to be visible somewhere. So maybe we'll know, but I doubt it. But Kai Cenat, one of the most famous content creators on the internet, like publicly, very publicly.
The Secret Service keeps calling me about this.
I'm not fucking doing it.
They want me to like interview her. It's like I don't know shit.
And even if I did, I fucking
hate. The most awkward live stream ever. I kind of actually wish it happened.
Well, then you had apparently people in Kai's circle were also saying that they were getting reached out to by the Harris campaign to go.
But he said Secret Service too, and they're not supposed to be like they're supposed to be like unbiased too and not doing shit for a certain Republican, or they're just there to.
I think Secret Service is I don't know for sure, but I'm pretty sure Secret Service's role in this conversation would be
illegal for them to do that.
Well, I think what their role is saying that you will like they are the people who reach out in advance saying you will have communication with the president or vice president, or this person will be reaching out.
I'm not sure exactly how it went down or whatever.
I'm pretty sure they established the communication line for any person like that. I don't know that that's true.
The campaign would be calling him, not Secret Service.
Well, that's just what Kai said. Maybe it was the campaign. And
he's not the brightest dude either, so he could have just like probably mixed it all up.
In fairness, he's much better at this shit than we are.
Oh yeah,
he is famous. I think what made him famous was like a situation with like a rat. Like he had a live stream where like a rat showed up in his apartment or something.
I have no idea. I don't know how a lot of these streamers get famous.
Guys, it's fact. It's fact. That's what happened.
De facto.
We have only objective facts here, no opinions whatsoever.
We are truth.
Sean Astin is a bitch.
Yeah, I'm really fucking tired of celebrities talking, I guess.
Well, what frustrates me is that like a lot of
dude, shut the fuck up. Like even Rachel Zegler or whatever. Snow White trailer came out, and she's like, even though it's getting fucking ratioed,
she's getting blown away.
She was like, thank you for watching. We had this many views in 24 hours. Blah blah blah. And like, oh, P.S. Free Palestine. It's like your co-star in the movie is a Israeli military vet.
Yeah, you're doing
like,
great,
dude.
These people have no like self-awareness whatsoever. No like
I mean, she's 22. She's an idiot, but
yeah, I was a genius at 22.
I was pretty dumb at 22.
I don't know. I mean, you weren't that dumb.
Wait,
you weren't
when was it? No, I was wising up at that time then.
You weren't saying Free Palestine with like millions of dollars and the rest of your career on the line.
You should have seen my journal.
It's going to be published.
From the river to the sea.
I love that punchline. It's such a great punchline.
I was very into Eastern politics when I was 22.
So I think the thing that frustrates so many people about Sean Astin specifically is that he was kind of
you're the goat.
Whether he meant to be or not, he was very much related to as this like kind of Christian pro
he's
good
a very
message.
Family man and whatnot.
Yeah, and so
is he gonna be like, yeah, pro-abortion, with standing there with his 5 kids or however many he's got?
Exactly. It's a really weird position to take.
Like, I like my kids, except for that one. We should have aborted it.
You know, and that one sucks. Regret.
That one is also retarded, like my wife.
My wife is retarded. We should get that as a soundboard. We should get that soundboard, and we should have Slim push the button every time we can't show up.
My wife is retarded.
My wife.
Oh wow! I just got that.
Sorry, I had pizza in there. Didn't mean to. No, that.
Damn. Direct
attack. But I guess he's in California. I mean,
Chicago.
Which,
yeah, if you go to a metropolitan area in any state, it's gonna be blue.
Yeah. I mean, even the states we're adjacent to that's how it works here.
Mm-hmm. It's like the whole state can be one way, and then the cities are just blue as shit.
Who do you think is next to fall? Like, who do you think is like someone we would?
A celebrity?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Who do you think is next to fall?
It's a hard one.
Do you think Taylor Swift hard endorses? Taylor Swift hard endorses could be
she hard endorsed Biden.
Yeah. Well, did she? I don't think so.
I think so.
Maybe.
God, I hate art.
I hate not knowing shit.
I hate this timeline that we live in. It's like Taylor Swift is like the most famous person on the planet. It's like, why?
Yeah, and she
sings good.
Oh man, so yeah,
and the celebrity worship that goes on in our culture is ridiculous.
It is pretty bad. I mean, no other country has that problem because they can't create anything.
Right. They have no culture.
I think Korea had like a really
goes
famous
shit with K-pop shit.
Yeah, K-pop shit. Japan has their exclusive media, hentai.
They adore hentai artists.
It's their favorite thing. Japan has, no.
Oh my god, you draw the best boobs. I love you.
I clipped
We're
that.
just throwing panties at his front door.
I clipped that. That was you draw the best boobs. That's fucking hilarious. Oh god, that's funny. No, then you have France, who's like they do food and they do riding.
They do food, and they were really good at cutting people's heads off at one point.
They were really good at it. They were like the best.
Yeah, they did everyone.
Heads roll.
Even if you agreed.
We're on the same team.
You're not agreeing enough.
Oh, no. All right. Anything else to cover with the Sean Astin topic? I think that pretty much wraps it up.
Just annoyed.
It's frustrating as shit, man, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. It's like usually you can separate the art from the artist or whatnot, but it's really hard with like Robert De Niro. I can't do it for some reason.
Yeah.
I can't tried watching The Irishman when that came out in like 2019. First of all, movie's way too long and it wasn't that great. Mm-hmm. But you're just sitting there just thinking about it the entire time.
For me, it's Hamill. I don't know why I care so much about Hamill, but him and Ruffalo, honestly, anyone who is at the forefront, like Stephen King. I fucking hate Stephen King. Stephen King at the forefront. You have Mark Hamill and Mark Ruffalo both at the forefront. Like anyone who's just holding the fucking torch, man. I'm like, dude, I want to just enjoy your art. You're talented. I can't pretend like you're not talented. I mean, Mark Hamill is not really that talented. Ruffalo,
he's a good Joker.
Ruffalo had good projects in like the early 2000s that I thought were pretty good that weren't like Marvel related.
I can't even think of one.
So yeah, don't.
like,
but
I can't either. But I liked it.
There are talented people who obviously have very strong leaning political views, and I can still find ways to enjoy their content. But if that's outside of entertainment, if that's all you do outside of entertainment, I just have a hard time, man.
Yeah, if you have activists in your profile, not talking to you.
Yeah.
I don't care what activism it is for. I might agree with it. No. Yeah,
you've convinced me.
I think they should just replay Ricky Gervais's Golden Globe speech every morning when they wake up, where it's like,
you are not important.
You spent less time in school than Greta Thunberg. You know nothing about the real world. Just accept your little award and you're gone and fuck off.
All those speeches are fucked too. They didn't do that this year at the Oscars. I don't think they had a political speech at the Oscars this year.
I didn't watch. I don't know.
Who did?
Yeah. What?
fair argument.
I think it was the second lowest ratings this year.
It was bad, dude. Like, all these award ceremonies are becoming completely useless unless you have a big time slap.
I mean, who
There's
wants
nothing
to
to
watch a company just jerk itself off for 3 hours?
I don't know. Pornhub's pretty big.
Yeah. But that's like an animation.
They're doing pretty good.
The Hollywood signs just jerking off.
All right, we are going to wrap it up there. Thank you guys so much for tuning into this episode. We hope you enjoyed. We had a lot of fun making it. If you did, make sure to smash that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. It's the free and it's the best way to help us grow. And you can always change your mind later. Please don't. And share the video out there. Let people know where we are, what we're doing. Come hang out with us on Sunday when we are going to be playing Escape the Backrooms. Should be a ton of fun. Matt, Morgan, Quincy, Cody, and I, we're going to be there. It should be a ton of fun.
I downloaded Escape the Back Door.
What?
It's a different game.
Backdoor /9. But I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, we'll see you guys on the next one. Go tell